Hey everybody, Grand Rising, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time you click on this video is the right time for you. And I guess, today everybody's, enjoying the holiday extended weekend. So I wanted to give you all just a little content to get you through until you got to get back to the Mondays and back to work it is. So today we're going to tap into the energy of little Kim and how she feels about the compliments that she's been receiving lately and the way that she feels about how people treat her. So without any further ado, I've already said my prayers off camera. I've already cleansed my space. Let's go ahead and get into some things. Could someone be kind enough to timestamp this for 1 minute and 10 seconds, please? And thank you. I'll definitely pin it in the comments. I was inspired to do this after the Club Shay Shay interview with Megan. And the reason why I decided to do this is because there was so much backlash over Megan's answer for who inspired her. People thought that she should have said Nikki. She said her mother and little Kim. So I want to see how Kim feels about that, along with how the other girls treat her. Tap me into how little Kim felt about the Club Shay Shay shout out. Show me how she felt about the homage on Club Shay Shay. Oh, wow. So we got the Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands in the upright, which is someone who can be on the fence, possibly defensive. Wow. So I'm going to have to put my filter on real early in this reading because I want to say the words that keep me monetized. But this is showing me that she's defensive and she feels like allegedly you just pulling shit out your ass. You making up stuff after, a cutoff attached to this moon in the background, a secret reason. Tap me into that. I didn't expect it to jump off this early, but hey, if Kim ready, I'm for it. So we've got the High Priestess here at the bottom of the deck. And when you got the High Priestess clarifying a magician, that shows that there's a lot of trickery, a lot of manipulation, a lot of secret energy, and there's something very covert here. Why is this a thought? Okay, so Kim feels betrayed. I'm going to have to search the internet to see if she's commented. I don't believe I've heard Kim comment on thanking Megan for giving her this shout out or paying homage. If you guys have, please drop it down below so that I can go and see for myself. But this is saying that she feels betrayed. Why do you feel betrayed by Megan? Because, like I said, this Two of Swords has a blindfolded woman with the moon behind her, which means she feels like, everything was cool until it wasn't. Somebody switched up, started acting funny. Damn. This is the energy of, once somebody gets what they want, or once it doesn't seem or feel to be the popular thing, they ghost you, they pay you dust. Before I go any further, this reading is for entertainment purposes only. Everything said in this reading is alleged. Tell me more about this betrayal. Okay, so this is like moving on swiftly and professionally, moving on towards victory, towards you know, a more graceful energy. So this definitely just takes everything that I said and it sums it right up. This is someone who she's defensive towards because she feels like she manipulated her and then cut her off, which turned into her feeling betrayed. And then she just went ahead on about her business towards, you know, other people that may have been more useful to her in her career. Because Six of Wands is moving on towards victory. Yeah, so she's saying that, you know, she got what she wanted, you know, treated her real sideways, and then left her in the cold. Just, wow. Now, mind you, I've only asked one question. How Kim felt about the homage paid to her during the Club Shay Shay reading. Hurry up and drive past before you get me demonetized. Sorry about that, y'all. I got my windows open. It feels nice. So, yeah, she, like I said, I only asked this one question. How does she feel about the homage that was being paid? How does she feel about the shout out? And she feels very defensive. She feels like, you know, this was manipulative because this person cut her off and betrayed her and then moved on. And it's like the Six of Wands is someone who doesn't just move on. They go on and they don't look back. So that also clarifies this Five of Pentacles, which is, you know, leaving someone out in the cold. You don't, I just get the whole vibe of, bitch, you don't even talk to me. We don't even kick it like that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, where is this coming from? Like, she's really side-eyeing her for mentioning her. Why is the side eye so crucial? Because, baby, this is vicious, the way somebody could be side-eyed like this. Why is this? Listen. She keeps going with sneaky and manipulative, unfulfilled promises or wishes, things that were supposed to come into fruition that didn't due to an unforeseen hand. So what it feels like is like Kim showed her genuine love, was willing to, you know, help the next generation come along, and it ended up backfiring. So interesting enough, the Nine of Swords is like, you know, restless energy, anxiety attached to a judgment. Got it. So it feels like what the energy that they're pulling around Kim is telling me, that due to judgment or how Meg possibly felt about how other people looked at her verse with Little Kim, she switched up on her and she called judgment, decided to scrap the project because she didn't like being ridiculed, allegedly. Six of Cups, the World, and the Ten of Wands. So it's like this is the energy that, you know, came about in the past that closed out the cycle between them and turned this whole situation into a burden. And we got this forward movement and expansion. Like this is like moving on swiftly, not, once again, not looking back. Okay, so as you can see, You know, this is a person standing here with 2 wands and they have a decision to make. Now, it just so happens that one wand is shorter and the other one is taller, symbolically and physically. But it's just like, wow. To choose the taller one because you figured that was the better one ends up, you know, it can end up backfiring on you because you chose what you thought was more in that situation. And then something came to light. Because it's like, you know, the sun also brings happier times, but it means that it also illuminates something. So where'd that card go? Yeah, this is somebody who can be, you know, playing both sides or being two-faced, allegedly, falling under the Magician and the Two of Swords. So I never thought this would all come out with Kim. But this is like she looks at her as someone who can be manipulative, someone who can be two-faced or double-minded. Manipulated her and then cut her off, betrayed her, you know, moved on. The way that she, you know, moved on brought her, you know, this unrequited offer. Because it's like, where did this come from? Like, why are you acting like this towards me? And then it's like, okay, well, at first I was worried, like, what happened? And then I realized that 6 of Cups, the World card to the 10 of Wands, it's like looking at your patterns. You've done this before. Like, you've got a history of doing this. So now she feels burdened because she feels like, you know, she played her. Damn. So you have Death and the Wounded Warrior here. Interesting enough, like, this represents the comments that she made referencing her mother and Little Kim. Of course, her mother, bless her, she's no longer here with us, the Death card. And then the 9 of Wands, which would represent Kim, the Wounded Warrior, the person who, you know, feels like she just keeps taking beating after beating, dealing with these rap girls in the industry, period, but she just keeps on putting out what it is that she needs to put out. And let's tap into why those 2 cards came out together. We know that she referenced them together because she said that her mom introduced her to Little Kim. That's what she, you know, used to have her listening to. Now, I will never say her mother didn't have her listening to Little Kim, because Little Kim was more of her mother's generation. Four of Swords. 4 of Swords here falls under the 10 of Swords. And that's like, you know, bringing energy to a rest after you've been betrayed. Okay, so this feels like once Kim started getting those vibes that situation was off, that she was moving funny, that she was acting weird, she's like, okay, I'm pretty much good on this. I can move forward. Got it. So the Death card falls under the 6 of Wands, which is like moving forward valiantly after a situation comes to an end. And see, sometimes Kim, as little as she is, she can come off in masculine energy. So King of Cups, this is someone who may feel very deeply about situations, but they don't speak on it publicly. So if she hasn't addressed this already, she may never. But the energy that I get around her and how she feels about this, I would sincerely say don't play in her face. Okay? So I'm going to finish this row out, and then we're going to go off into how she feels she's been represented or treated by the other girls. So King of Swords falls under the Four of Cups. King of Swords can be a very staunch type authoritarian. If this isn't like a business person or a lawyer, this is someone that's very direct with their communication. And they may not have, you know, what people call the best tact, but they're going to tell you what it is and what it's going to be. So, yeah, this energy switched up real fast. Really, really fast. And yeah, the Three of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So this possibly is like Meg may have allegedly used the lawyers or the, you know, front office to make the announcement that this was an unrequited offer, that this song wasn't approved, like she didn't have permission to drop this or something. So Six of Pentacles, which is like unearned income, unrequited. I'm looking at this unrequited offer here. So, so we got anxiety over money that may have been advanced to someone, or money that was supposed to be paid to someone. And the Six of Cups is letting us know that this is someone in the past that a cycle closed with, and it brought plenty hardship. So, ooh, I feel like I gotta sneeze. There could have been issues allegedly with Megan's money as well, to pay for features and videos or whatnot. Things like were very tied up due to the 1501 situation that came to a close, and it did not close the way she intended it to close. I don't know where that came from, like out of nowhere. My face got really like congested, like I feel like I got a sneeze. I can't even explain it. It's like hay fever came out of nowhere. Like my ear wants to pop. Alrighty, we're gonna change this energy. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, I'll find you later. Y'all give me a second. Let me clean and cleanse my energy, because that came on real aggressive. Like my face started, whew, my nose is running. My face started swelling. Alrighty, let's see how Kim feels about how the rest of the rap girls treat her and how she feels people look at her legacy. So we got the Lovers here. Lovers represents choices, Gemini, and also people that engage. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like it's finally passing now. You got the Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, which represent heartbreak. The Emperor. Now, we know that she will forever love big. And Lovers and Emperor could also represent choices and a relationship between her and the father of her child, because Emperor also can represent father. Not always an evolved figure, but a father figure. In the highest version of someone who functions in good vibrating energy, they would be considered an emperor because they have mastered every area of themselves. But this feels more like the father of her daughter. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Cups. Now this would be Kim, because Kim is a water sign. And I feel like she's intuitive, but she can let her heart get the best of her. And I just shuffled. It was at the bottom of the deck, and here it is. King of Pentacles. Yeah, so we've got the Death card and the Knight of Cups. It's like, wow. It's showing me the energy between her and the men of her life. Her father, the man she wanted to marry. These men no longer being here with her. Knight of Cups. That's someone who offers you their cup or their love and they're no longer here. The Death card. We've got the Reader and the Two of Wands. So like I said, she's someone who's highly intuitive herself. She may not let on to how intuitive that she really is, but I see her as someone that is spiritually aware and open. Very big on vibes. If the vibe does not feel right, she will shake the room. She doesn't like being in situations where the vibe feels off. She's learned to trust her instincts. Some of these instincts were developed out of, you know, some very emotional, tumultuous times and things, but she trusts her instincts nonetheless. And this represents the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Wands. So the Ace of Swords represents the truth. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. And the wounded warrior is someone that has a high level of tenacity, okay? You cannot beat someone that won't quit. So no matter how bad it gets, this person just keeps on building and building and building. They keep fighting and fighting and fighting, and that's the truth. And this is what pays off for her. She doesn't quit. No matter what people say, no matter how people feel, she keeps fighting. Yep, and this is what pays off for her. So, like I said, Lovers represents choices, and these choices have actually helped her to maintain more solid situations, because Ace of Pentacles is offering a solid relationship, a solid offer, a solid negotiation, not just always getting to the money. So it's things that Kim may do that throw people off when it comes to business, because they'll look at it and be like, well, that's not going to really yield this, that, and the other. Why would she do that? But like I said, she goes on vibes. She's been in some very big situations that didn't pan out right due to the vibes that should have happened. Interesting enough, when I did my last live, I saw that the energy that was blocking Kim as well as Nikki had to do with men. Men have really slowed these two down. Kim in her own right was a mega star from the late 90s all the way through, you know, the mid 2000s. And then when Nikki came in, Nikki became the next generation and the next personification of that. So they both faced a lot of the same types of demons, just in different ways. So we got the Three of Pentacles and the Chariot. So when I talk about how she feels about the other girls in the game and how she's treated, you know, she's willing to reach out and work with people, you know, and keep this whole thing moving. So I don't see her being in opposition when it comes to working with the new girls and, you know, feeling like, you know, they all have to bow down to her necessarily. She's willing to work with them. It just gives me that just show me respect type energy. But that should be in anything. So we've got the Four of Pentacles here that represents stability and also stubbornness. So Kim can be, you know, stubborn as shit. But, you know, it's all to keep the balance. It's to keep things going, to keep, you know, a certain level of comfort. Page of Pentacles falls under the King of Pentacles. And an unrequited offer is at the bottom of the deck, the Four of Cups. So this is showing me that at one point in time, she thought that Mr. Papers was going to be her husband. And here you got the King of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles, which would be the husband and the child. And then this situation came to an end, a final end, death. It transitioned out. And now it looks like Knight of Cups. She's willing to accept offers now, to date now, to move on. So she's in a whole total place in her life now. Things that used to bother her in the past that may have been connected to him, they don't bother her anymore because she's emotionally removed herself and moving on now. And I see that there's, you know, some type of collaboration, something big that's going to be in, I don't want to push it and say in the works. I feel like there's talks right now of something very major that can be coming in for Kim sometime soon. This is like, you know, her ship's coming in, her blessings coming in. And this is a very attractive offer. Only thing is, she just has to vet the offer, because the King of Wands is someone who's a go-getter. They're very headstrong. They're inspired. This is someone who definitely knows how to work that wand, but you got to make sure that they can focus on one thing at a time when it comes to relationships. because the King of Wands is, you know, out of the kings, he can be the flighty one, very attractive, knows what to do with that pole, but also will let other people hop on that pogo stick. So now the way she used to approach relationships, like all of that, friendships, relationships, she's trusting her intuition. I really feel that she's tapping into the vibes. She's noticed in the past where the vibes weren't right, and she, you know, somehow, some way tried to, okay, well, I'll just, you know, I'll just go on with this. I don't know, I feel a little off about this, but, you know, I'll follow you, I'll trust you. She's not willing to do that anymore because I don't want to say a lot of the people, because I don't get that she's had a lot of people around her, but it's like a large group of people that were attached to her at one point in time. Had she have followed the vibe that she was getting, that her intuition was nudging her with, things would have worked out better for her in the long run, because she has a very strong spiritual side to her, very strong intuition, to where if she had trusted in herself more earlier in life, certain things may not have happened the way that they happened. And it's like being forged through fire. She was forced to trust her intuition due to having several pivotal things happen to her. Yeah, so this Four of Cups, this unrequited offer that falls under the King of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles, it didn't work. No matter what she tried to do with Mr. Papers, it did not work. Interesting enough, though, like I said, the Death card here, which symbolizes that there had to be a final ending to bring a new beginning. And now you've got the Knight of Cups, which means somebody's coming in to give their offer. The reader, that's definitely someone who followed their intuition about the choices they decide to make from here on out, the Two of Wands. And this is how she discovers the truth now, after being the wounded warrior, literally having life beat you up. And finally, you're like, you know what? I'm tired of living my life on the ropes. I'm going to just really trust my intuition in all areas of my life, because it's easier for me to trust my intuition because God is showing me something in advance before it happens than it is for me to go through the fire and heal from it. I know I feel like that was a bit long right there, but it felt necessary. It's like she had an epiphany about really digging into her spirituality and getting close to God and trusting her intuition. And that King of Wands here, I just mentioned him. Here he is. After this cycle ends, here's this love offer that shows up. And now she has to activate, you know, standing on what she said, trusting her intuition about the choice she decides to go in. Knight of Wands. Now, I don't know if this person came in on Knight of Wands energy and then grew up into a King of Wands. But Knight of Wands is somebody that, you know, here for the short time, not the long time, might have been, you know, somebody who wanted to smash and then ended up staying. Six of Cups. This is, you know, dealing with things from the past. I don't know if Kim has a spiritual advisor, but this is definitely, you know, someone who is seeking or has sought higher knowledge connected to people and situations that they have been attached to from the past. So I wouldn't be surprised if she has a spiritual advisor. That wouldn't surprise me at all, because she's having a spiritual awakening. And due to that spiritual awakening, it's like for her to, how do I say this? It's like she doesn't reach out to people so that they can tell her things that she doesn't know. She looks for the gifted so that they can reconfirm things to her that's in her spirit, things that God already showed her, things that she knows that she can't explain. And she knows, I'm telling you, she's very in tune. She knows the ones that really have talent, because they can tell her things about situations that she's never talked about in the press or to the public. Only the people around her would know about, especially when it comes to, you know, a person who passed away that she loved in the past. So the Six of Pentacles means that, you know, through it all, she has been handsomely rewarded for her tenacity, for never giving up. Even when she felt like the whole world was against her. Five of Cups. Yep. Five of Cups, Two of Swords. Y'all can see that. Even when she felt like the whole world was against her. Now, I changed the deck, and this came right back out in a whole new deck. You've got the Tower that comes out, and this falls under Lovers and the Ace of Coins. And then you've got Queen of Swords. Now, we know that the Queen of Swords is an air sign, Aquarius, Gemini, also a Libra. And the Lovers falls under Gemini, which could be the season or just a decision made in air sign type energy, which would be analytical. It would be smart. It would be, you know, something that would flourish, that would make a lot of money. And then there was a Tower, and the Tower was this Queen of Swords, the air sign. Wow. And it's like, you know, regretting you even got involved, wishing that you never did this. Yeah, I promise you, I don't know who is handling my channels right now, but they are a comedian. They're playing Carl Thomas' Wish I Never Met Her. Like, had plenty of love for you. And then this turned into a very heavy, regretful moment. And that goes to this air sign. Doggone it. It was a wish fulfillment at first to work with this air sign. That's crazy. Literally shuffled and it popped out. So here's the Queen of Cups on top. Four of Pentacles is someone who's paying homage, someone who brings stability. Three of Wands, this was an opportunity of ships coming in for the Queen of Swords. Definitely was her wish fulfillment. And then you got the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Cups. So it was like you were considering your options of all the girls that you could have worked with. And then it's like, I chose you over them because it's like, oh, I love her. I think she's dope. You know, I think she's up next. And it turned into an unrequited offer. The King of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Cups. That's like, geez, I'm telling y'all, if something came, something came up business-wise, like the numbers in the long run didn't make sense. Somebody being wishy-washy. Just as soon as we started working together, it was over, in and out. Death to this. You know, now you're offering your opportunities to someone else that you see, you know, more viable in the public. But I knew this about you, the reader, Two of Wands. I still chose to give you the opportunity to show yourself, regardless of what I've heard about you in the past. And truth be told, it ended up being a unrequited offer, but I shake this off and get up and still get back to the money. So, wow. See this Nine of Cups? Like I said, there was a very big wish fulfillment here with her and a certain female artist, and she favored them over others, and it brought heartbreak. But Kim, wow. Knight of Wands, High Priestess. Baby. I keep telling people the industry is very, very small. If everyday life is 6 degrees of separation, the industry is 2 degrees of separation. You never know who is talking to who, that is talking to who, that is talking to who. But all of these people keep coming back with this Ace of Swords, Nine of Wands, Six of Pentacles. Which leads to heartbreak. And sends people packing in the other direction as fast as they can possibly go. So I'm going to end this here. And this was my deep dive into Little Kim and the backhanded compliments. For the most part, though, I see that there are a lot of girls that she likes, that she would be willing to work with. There's just one in particular that scorned her deep. And she doesn't speak on it. She's never spoken on it. This isn't anybody that you all would expect her to speak on, because she's usually very vocal when she feels some type of way. But this is like, she don't even feel like this person deserves her acknowledgement after how they played in her face. I knew it was something. I promise y'all, I knew it was something when I saw the Club Shay Shay interview, and I saw the backlash that came because she named Little Kim over Nicki Minaj. And we all saw how she did whatever she had to do to get next to Nicki Minaj. I thought it was a little awkward because they had that Plan B song and it wasn't even on the internet 24 hours. If it was 12 hours before it was snatched down and then it was scrapped. And it's like, this is actually a dope song. Like, you got Little Kim to rap with you on a beat that definitely feels like Brooklyn all day long. That feels like, you know, throwback energy to Big. And you scrapped it. I guess the bigger question would be why? And then after you ask why on that one, if you felt all of these things about Kim is so sweet, she's so dope, she's so this, she's so that, why did you scrap the song that you did with Kim and never, ever, ever spoke on how dope and how sweet and how kind she was until it felt like you were ready to try to avoid Nicki by any means necessary? Not to say that anything that Megan said wasn't true in the comments that she made about Kim. It's just the time and the placement felt a little off. Maybe it's just me. I just don't believe in giving someone flowers just to trample over someone else's. It probably would have been a bigger moment if she would have addressed the whole Hiss versus Bigfoot situation and just put it on the floor. But then again, I guess she didn't want that smoke, because that's definitely that rah-rah like a dungeon dragon. So, I mean, either way it goes, it's a catch-22. Because Kim ain't for the games. And neither is Nicki. Happy holiday weekend, everybody. Be blessed. Stay safe throughout this holiday weekend. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.